Minnesota. What is it? Ah, wait, two N's. See, we're learning already. Today I'm leaving my goblin cave and traveling to the mythical place of Minnesota. I've only ever really heard of it in books and rom-coms that all have the same identical two lead actors for some reason. Thought it was like a joke people told you when listing states just to keep you on your toes, make sure you were paying attention. Like, what kind of name is Minnesota? Sounds like a tasty beverage for ants. But it's real, and I'm going there, apparently. In like a week? Ah, shit. What am I gonna wear? What would they like? Do they like pants, skirts? Do they like neutrals or color?
And who's they?
Well, I couldn't find a single item of clothing anywhere at all. Guess I'll just have to make something. Right. First thing I made was this little black lacy number. It's messy, it's fucking rustic, it's rock. I love it. My pale ass legs. Fucking white ass, pale ass legs. Look.
Eye doctors are warning people, do not look at Dr. Milner there says if you burn your retina, it cannot be repaired.
Those fucking, look at the fucking pale, ooh, tattoo. Ooh. And kind of just slapped some red scraps of fabric on there. Help. And I use settings on my sewing machine to kind of sew a little pattern into each one. Parts of the fabric. Parts of the fabric, and I'm sewing shit into them, and I'm putting them on the dress thingy I made out of lace. And this blazer. Yeah, not everything was going as planned. Let's just say that. I had just found out that the trip was happening 4 days from then, rather than a week. So I was panicking. And then I did the same thing on this blazer. And Bob's your uncle. A phrase that actually originated in Minnesota. In Climax, Minnesota, to be specific. Next time I'm gonna make this brown and cream corset thing. Brown reminds me of the color dirt. Something I hear they have in Minnesota. But I'm not too sure on that. I'll have to check when I get there. I also made this skirt, which I do love, but it's a little too fancy for our purposes this trip. 100% made by me. I'm fucking tired and dehydrated. I did bring it, but I didn't end up wearing it. I did make this little matching bag, which I used on the trip. It's very cute. I forgot to film it in the outfits, so yeah. Then I made another corset, this time with red and white strawberries on it. Finally, I made this little red bag, which is very similar to the bag I already made, except that it's completely different. Now, I can't make my entire wardrobe, because I'm leaving in a week, as I mentioned. A bit last minute. Wasn't even sure we were going. Not important. But I will be bringing a couple of other small dresses. This cute jacket, my lucky jacket. Dark brown corduroy overalls. These ones, in fact. Some PJs, so I don't have to wear the corduroy overalls to bed. This white skirt, my chest binder just in case. A button up or two. And that's probably way overpacking for just under a week of vacation. 2 of those days will entirely be driving. But the privilege of driving there is I don't have to worry about overpacking. I can bring whatever the fuck I want. Unlike flying, like when I flew to LA 2 years ago. Oh my god, that was 2 years ago. That was my first time ever leaving Kansas since we moved here when I was 4. And since then, besides a small trip to Kansas City, Missouri, I haven't left. Hopefully the Minnesota gods will welcome me despite my ignorance and lack of experience. Okay, now that we've talked about clothes for a minute, I can put this on my channel and have it still be relevant and we can move on. What else should I bring? What will I need? Skincare, hair stuff, obviously. My iPad and phone chargers would be good. My camera. Wait, what am I filming this on? A pack of ramen, because I don't have to pay for every meal I eat there. Maybe I should bring more. Maybe canned foods? What if we get stuck on the side of the road? What if I don't have a snacky? What if my charger breaks and my phone dies in the mall? I don't want flashbacks to when I got lost there when I was a kid and couldn't find my mommy. When I was like 16, that was traumatic for me. What if we got lost in the woods? Do they have woods in Minnesota? Probably. What if we get lost in the woods? What if we get stuck in the woods with a bear? Or worse, a man. Okay. Deep breath. Sure, none of that's gonna happen. Probably. Maybe the bear thing, or the man, or the bear. And if it does happen, I guess it's my time. Ripperoni. I have so many questions. I guess they'll be answered when we get there. And with that, the day arrived, and we were off. When we got there, I was shocked. It looked familiar, almost like we had traveled from a Midwestern town to another Midwestern town. But it was beautiful, stunning even. There was a sparkle about everything, and... Oh, wait, no, this is just a gas station. We still have 9 hours to go. Dear God. We did have a few cool stops along the way. Kansas City, which I've been to a couple times. We were going through Des Moines, Iowa, as well as Topeka, which is the capital of Kansas. Even though it's a smaller city than the one I live in, I don't really know why it's the capital. I don't think anyone does. And then we will land in the great city of Minneapolis. Is that right?
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis?
Minneapolis.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Really creative, guys. Good name. I mean, what a beautiful name. Please don't smite me, many gods. The drive started with a little snacky, because you can't drive without a little snacky. Oh, I guess we should introduce the hot rod that we will be driving all the way to Minneapolis. Here she is. Isn't she beautiful? Covered in bugs, lots of space. Perfect for having your dogs out. This little light never turns off because the sensor for one of the doors is broken. The windshield wipers are, they're there for the sex appeal. They don't work. They don't do anything. A nice dark tinted windows in the back. It's a fucking Toyota, I think. Not very good with cars. Beautiful skylight, and it makes this noise anytime it's locked. Perfect ride. It also just got fixed. It was not working previous to this drive, which definitely won't bite us in the ass at any point during this trip. We saw so much beautiful scenery on this trip. Well, mostly not me. I had my eyes closed for the entire ride. But I did open my eyes in time to see these cute little tiny baby pigs in the trailer next to us. We went through Kansas City, a strange city that has no toilet paper in it anywhere.
Never mind, there is toilet paper, but it is wet. Not soaking wet. Someone definitely threw that in the toilet, and then somebody else plucked it out and put it right there. You can see like half of it is wet and half of it is not. I definitely touched that and had to wash my hands.
Seriously, we went to multiple bathrooms and they all sucked. After this, I decided to activate my special attack technique by putting a blanket over my head and taking a nap. 3 hours later, after I woke up, we had arrived in Des Moines, Iowa. Compared to Kansas City, Des Moines was very nice. Many of the buildings looked like supervillain hideouts, and this one, it looks like a boob. We still had like 3 hours to go, so I took another little nap, and at about 12 a.m. we had arrived in Minneapolis. Got a hotel for the night, threw up in their shower, and it was fine. We were good. I hope the gods forgive me for that. I felt safe. And the next morning I brushed my teeth in a Target parking lot because I forgot toothpaste. We drove into the city to get some breakfast on our first day. I got a very good vegan sandwich. A little vegan brekkie sandwich. It was delicious. Here's a photo of the plate I was on because I didn't take a photo beforehand. We saw some sights, classic tourist stuff. Then we headed to the airport to pick up our friends, some of which seemed to have a particularly bad flight.
Feeling so bad right now. Why do they call it a restroom? You're fighting for your life. Farting so loud, farting hard, I hear it from here. Good.
The airport was large and eerie. I kept hearing strange noises, odd sounds. Something in the corner of my eye. Just out of sight.
Wait. Oh, fuck. It's the fucking debates, isn't it? Just fucking run. Save yourself. Run for your life.
Dealing with everything we have to do with, look.
Eventually, we made it to the Airbnb, which was fucking beautiful. Very calm and peaceful. It had so many cool games and instruments that I didn't get to play while we were there, unfortunately. But they were cool to look at. We settled in, unpacked, or, threw our bags on the floor and made little piles of clothing next to them and got ready to head out to get some food. And, oh, that's not good. Sounds like that foreshadowing from earlier has come back to bite us in the ass. Ooh, look, a kitty, though. Oh, you making biscuits.
What is Minnesota? What is Minnesota? What is it?
This is Auggie. She helped us fix the car.
No, don't jump in there. Jesus Christ. That would be bad.
A few moments later, she hunted down and caught a chipmunk, which we managed to wrangle out of her mouth. It was unharmed, thankfully. When it was released, it tried to climb up my boots repeatedly, which was very cute and sad at the same time. So I picked it up and placed it in some foliage under some trees nearby, where the cat hopefully would not get it again. What a menace. Then Auggie came back about 20 minutes later, having lost her collar. The kitty has now lost her collar. So I'm gonna go find it, I guess. Where'd you put it? That's grass, okay. Which I tried to find to no avail. She seems like the problem child of this neighborhood, and I pray for all the inhabitants that have to deal with her on a daily basis. Eventually she left, and I was forced to face the issues I had been ignoring. The car wasn't starting, and we really didn't have any other way of getting around. We're country folk. We don't know what the fuck public transportation is. We're from America, and Minnesota's in Canada, I think. Without any real way of getting around, we had one of two options. Get it fixed at a repair shop, which we couldn't afford, or fix it ourselves. We went with option B. We stayed up very late trying to fix it ourselves. And we made good progress, but we hit a bit of a standstill and couldn't move forward with it. There was one bolt, one nut that would not fucking budge. The guy who originally put that part in, I guess, did a great job. The fucker.
We think we know what the problem is, but there's one fucking bolt that will not come off. It's in the most inconvenient fucking place. And I hate the person who did that. Also, the lighting in this mirror makes me look a little fucking weird. Updates. From 5 to 10, this has been Cock and Ball News. Thank you.
Would we be stuck here? How was I supposed to answer all of my questions if I was stuck in this one spot? Minnesota isn't one finite spot on the map. It's at least a mile wide. Ish. Maybe a little less. What about our plans? How would we get home? I went to bed with more questions and pretty worried about the future of the trip. Wait, what's that I hear? Birds chirping? Calm, relaxing morning music? Hope. We were able to fix the car up and get moving. I say we. I mostly held the flashlight. But I learned a lot. The trip was back on track. We took a celebratory lap to Raisin Cane's, which I can't eat anything out at, and rested for most of the rest of the day. Fixing cars is hard, okay? We deserved a little nap. This is why mechanics get paid $11 billion for every car they touch with a 10-foot pole. That day I mostly just wandered around the neighborhood because it was really pretty. It was really hot though.
I found a yard sale a block from where I am staying. I go buy thing now.
It is hot as balls.
I'm back inside now.
That evening, the first of our actual plans was happening, so I got dressed and we headed back downtown. Then we waited in line for like a few hours, which was wholly unnecessary. Not nearly enough people were there for us to not get good seats. But we were playing Go Fish to pass the time, and time really flew by. And it was time for the concert.
Okay, so didn't go to the concert last night. Had a panic attack. I'm gonna have to dox points for Minnesota for that one. So sorry, Minnesota. Not too worried about it though, because we've got 2 more concerts. Oh, also, no light. Significantly better.
It's okay. It's fine. We'll just wait. We still have tomorrow and the day after, so. Day 4 started with breakfast on a beautiful rainy day. Saw some mushrooms, that was cool. We walked by this tattoo shop and I jokingly was like, oh, what if I got a tattoo, right? Then I went in and jokingly asked how much the tattoo I wanted would be, just a little price check as a bit. Then I jokingly checked my funds to see if I could afford it, really just committing to the bit, and then I got a tattoo. As a joke. I mean, it was on the same corner as the cafe we ate breakfast at, okay? It was like fate. No, really though, I do love the tattoo I got, and also it was a great experience. I got a free LaCroix with my tattoo. Doesn't get much better than that. The guy who tattooed me was super chill too, and I highly, highly, highly recommend going here if you're in town. Seawolf Tattoo Company or Co. Get a free LaCroix with your tattoo. Do a little like animatic, like a pop-up. Like an ad, like a vintage ad pop-up that says the tattoo, the name of the shop, and put like a LaCroix here. Later that night, we went back to the venue for the concert, and I actually stayed this time, and I witnessed the beauty of my first live concert. It was the most beautiful thing I had ever witnessed. Also, we were seeing They Might Be Giants. If you know who they are, if you know, you know. You probably know them from a few of their songs without even realizing it. Like Istanbul is a very popular one. You know, Istanbul. you know, that song. Dr. Worm is one of their other more popular songs. It's about a fraudulent worm because he's not actually a doctor. Our seats were interesting. We were really close to them, but we were kind of in the back of the balcony, and we just kind of sat on the floor for most of it, which we got yelled at for by one of the guys who worked there, but they almost immediately gave up when we all gave them a confused look because we couldn't hear them over the music. Also, this thing was blocking a lot of the show. Whoopsie. The band consists of John and John. These were some of my favorite sounds from this set. This cowbell absolutely slapped. During the intermission, we played more Go Fish with a stranger we met. I won. Don't ask any of the other people. I was the winner of that game. During the second half, they brought out my personal favorite member of the band, the stick. It's a stick that they bang on the ground for like one or two of the songs. It's pretty cool. They played 2 final songs, and then we left as quickly as we legally could to avoid the crowd. I love how cities look at night. Oh, and look, another liminal space. We finished the night with some s'mores and headed off to bed for the final day. Today we headed to my favorite store, Sears. I was greatly looking forward to seeing how it would compare to the ones in Kansas and finding hints to what Minnesota has to offer. Wait. This isn't... What's this? This is the strangest Sears I've ever seen. It's massive. Wait, there are other stores within this Sears? This is amazing. What the fuck? Is that a roller coaster? Are those rocks? I fucking love rocks. They put them indoors. The Sears is incredible. I think this shirt had something to do with Minnesota. Better write that down. They even had boba. Fucking love boba. As we left, I saw this sign outside. I don't really know what it means or why it was there, but if you know, drop it down in the comments section so I can know. Because I'm not sure, and I'm really curious. So tell me in the comment section. Tell me in the comment in the comment section below. Side note, I was given a wallet to go get boba for everyone, as I mentioned. And when I tell you, I almost lost every single card inside that wallet, including a card that belongs to my brother, who wasn't even on the trip. How the fuck was I supposed to explain that to him? Don't tell him. He doesn't need to know. He doesn't need to know. He got his card back. Actually, I don't think he's even gotten it back yet, but he'll get his card back. Probably. Never trust me with anything is the moral of the story. This was our last day, so we were exhausted, understandably. I spent just a little bit of time watching some TikToks.
Animal. But you never seen that before.
Then we had our last concert and last plans of the trip. We had much better seats at this concert. However, we were against the very back wall. And if you know anything about live music, you know music loud. And if you know anything about sound, you know sound bounce off wall and into ears, making it extra loud. Basically, it was funneling straight into our ears, and I have hearing damage now. John and John have this little experiment going on where they play one of the songs entirely backwards. Those aren't words, but what a banger. Then they played it forward on a big projector that had just recorded what they just played. I think they got pretty close to what they were going for. I don't actually know what they were going for, but they got pretty close from what I can discern. And they like to do mini stand-up sets between songs.
You know, we had a good run. Yeah. The first 40 years were good. When they started making those too soon 9/11 jokes. everything changed.
This time in the intermission, I got up to go piss, and I noticed this small dog just fucking chilling on the wall, just vibing there. I don't know who put him there, but they were chilling. This is a real dog. It was there when we walked in too, so I assume it was just there for the entire show. I don't know. I think they were using it as like a security camera, which if that's the case, I need to get me one of those. Near the end of the show, they told everyone to get up and run up close to the stage. Shit went fucking hard. I learned a lot on this trip. Minnesota has so many lakes, and actually that's about it. So, to answer the question, what is Minnesota? Minnesota really took it out of me. I'm tired. And let me tell you, it is hard to get me down. It's hard to get me down when I'm out and traveling. Not that I travel often, but when I do, you know, genuinely it's so difficult to get me down in the dumps or whatever. But shit happens, you know. Minnesota itself is gorgeous. So on the tier list, I'll give it a solid D for Daddy. Also, I'm going to move the D tier up to where A would be, because it was pretty cool. So it's a D and an A, and then I'll give it 2 more D's and a Y. That's where it. Yep, Minnesota is a state, right? Yep. Yes, it is a state that's located in the north, but not all the way north. Don't go too far. And there are like 5 lakes there ish, around 5, at least 5 lakes, I'm pretty sure. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe. Here's another video to watch. Follow my socials, all the jazz. This video was obviously inspired by A1 Ted Nivison and A1 Eddie Burbach's series, where they go to every rainforest cafe in North America and every Margaritaville in North America. All of those videos are very good. You should go check them out. This is obviously not the usual kind of stuff I post if you've seen any of my previous videos, but the next video will be a little more on track, but also a little goofier than usual. I'm trying to get goofy with it, but those videos are gonna take a while. So here's a little in-between video to quench your thirst, I suppose. You fucking thirsty bastards, get some water. All right, bye. Salute. Get the fuck out.